What's up, everybody? My name is David Perret, and I host the Military Millionaire YouTube channel and podcast. And today I want to talk to you as an agent about how to save your business going forward. Look, there are a lot of reasons why people need a real estate agent, whether they are buying or selling a home, right? There's legal reasons. There's marketing stuff. They know the market better. They're going to be able to negotiate better for you. The average homeowner is not equipped to sell their house as adequately, effectively, quickly, or at the same price as an agent is. And that is why the 3% commission is in place, because of all the work and then the fiduciary responsibility of a real estate agent and all these other things. We all know that. But first and foremost, being a real estate agent is a people business. People. Now, I know there's a lot of automation going on in the world, and there's a lot of stuff changing, whether it's because of the virus and people are kind of slowing down, or it's because of just the way the world's crumbling. I mean, there's some people like Zillow or Redfin are jumping in on selling homes at, set prices and this, that, and the other, but it's never going to be the same as having an agent on the ground. For sale by owner, just historically, they stay on the market longer. They don't sell at the same price, and it is what it is. But there is something going on with real estate agents that is, you might not even know this, but this is killing your business. So let me give you a little bit about my background. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Hawaii. I don't live there right now, which means that I don't actively buy or sell real estate, but what I do is referrals for friends of mine or people who ask for help. And I essentially, if you want to buy a house, I'll help you, connect you with an agent across the country that I've talked to ensure they kind of understand what you're doing. And they understand so I represent a lot of military buyers, so they understand the VA loan and they have a lender that works with them. If not, I set them up with a lender, and I kind of connect the pieces here. And what that does is I get a small piece of the agent's commission, but it doesn't cost the buyer or seller anything, which is awesome. It's just a great win-win situation all around, because the agent gets a contact they may not have met if I hadn't been in touch. But what this does is it allows me to see a lot of real estate agents' businesses, right? Kind of not necessarily behind the curtain, but I get to see their initial front and what their customers see and their potential clients when they reach out for help. And frankly, guys, it's kind of despicable sometimes. Like, there's a lot of agents out there who are just killing the opportunity for business, and they might not even realize it. And while that might not have been a bad thing over the last 8 years, while the market was going up and people wanted to buy all the time, we're now getting into more competitive territory. Buying might slow down. Selling may or may not slow down. We don't really know what's coming, but a lot of people are kind of nervous, which means that they're not going to be as active in the market. Days on market will probably increase. Things are probably going to slow down, at least for a little bit. Now, it may not be a big thing. I'm not predicting a recession. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It might happen, whatever. But it's never a bad time to prepare for the what if. And here's the major problem. If you are used to being fed, then when you have to go hunt, it will not be natural. And so as real estate is a people business, as the business has been growing, people have forgotten that. They've automated a large portion of this business, whether to scale or just to make their life simpler, or just so they can have a better work-life balance, which is fine. But ultimately, you cannot forget that this is a people business. And I'm going to show you an example of exactly what I'm talking about in just a moment. But first, I want you to think of some of the big names out there. So Ryan Serhant, the billionaire real estate agent from New York. If you watch his vlogs and his real estate stuff, he is a people person. First and foremost, the reason people go with him is because of his reputation, because he's good with people, because he understands people and negotiations and all of that stuff. It's not just because he's a bigwig, right? Like, he got there for a reason. David Green, author of Long Distance Real Estate Investing and the Buy, Rehab, Rent, Refinance, Repeat book, and working on some other stuff for agents. The reason his business grew so fast is because he understands how people work. I know him very well, and I know that there's some psychology in there, and like that psychologically, he understands what triggers people to do stuff and how people do this and how this is interpreted. He's a great negotiator. He absolutely goes to bat for his clients. And that's why his business is so successful, because he understands people, and he understands that it's a people business, not just an automated thing. So look, why am I telling you this? Well, I'm telling you this for two reasons. One, it may save your business. I mean, in '08, a lot of realtors that had just started stopped being realtors, right? The success rate went out the door because it actually became hard work, and those who survived built very thriving businesses. So this could help you going forward. Two, this drives me freaking nuts, and I want you guys to stop it. And if it drives me nuts as an investor and a representative, as an agent, it's going to drive your clients nuts. So check this out. All right, and I'm going to block out names. So I sent in, this was Wednesday night, I sent in an email saying to a realtor. I found a couple properties that I liked, 2 or 3 of them, and I sent a very detailed request for information on their website. I said, hey, look, this address, here's a few questions. This address, here's a few questions, like, what kind of conditions it's in, what do homes typically sell for in the area, just a couple basic questions because I wasn't super familiar with that town. It's a suburb of where I normally invest, but the deal looked like a pretty solid piece of real estate. And I explained, I'm an investor. I understand a lot of this stuff. I'm also an agent. All I want to know is just a little bit of information. I'm probably going to write you an offer, right? So it seems like I would be what would be, at least a warm lead. I would consider myself to be a hot lead because I'm asking very specific questions on a property that I'm telling you I probably want to write an offer on. And the first email I got back was, about 12 hours later, and it just said, thanks for checking out, the realtor's name at realtorswebsite.com. Are you looking to buy soon or just browsing at this point? Regards, realtor's name. Look, I understand the fact that automated emails are simple, but I'm not opposed to you having an automated system, and I'm not even opposed to you opting people into information about properties and stuff like that. The funnel could be decent, but you need to at least read what is sent into you as a question, because I asked very specific questions and all I got was this super generic, hey, thanks for checking out the website. Are you looking to buy or browsing? Well, if you read my freaking question, you would know, but you didn't. So then I said, I had specific questions in the message I sent you. Please take me off your automated distro list. I'm an investor, not a home buyer. Thank you. Right? Because I'm just kind of fed up with this. Normally I'm a little bit more lenient, but the reality is, like, at this point I can just tell that she didn't want anything to do with me or helping me sell homes. She just wanted me on her list, and she doesn't know anything about me. So how's she even going to predict homes? That's the worst, is when they start just sending you blast outs of homes that are on the MLS and they don't even know what you're looking for. Like, oh my goodness. But she then responds the next day, hey, if it's helpful, I'd be more than willing to walk through a couple properties with you. I can also connect you to a recommended lender who can answer mortgage questions. Let me know. No pressure either way. Look, this isn't a reply. This is another automated email. So she not only did she not read my initial message and questions, she did not read my response or acknowledge that, look, I was an investor. I'm a hot lead. Answer my questions. I could like to do business with you. So now I said, I have lenders out of state, or I have lenders. I'm out of state. I would love feedback on the questions I asked from your website. And another 24 hours has gone by. Haven't heard anything at all from this person. So it's Monday. That was Thursday. You do the math, 2-3 business days, 4 or 5 days, nothing. And this is in a point in time where the market's kind of slowing, right? So I am reaching out, asking questions about a listing you have, interested, and stating that I can and am willing to purchase, and you are not responding to me. Now, if I'm a home buyer and I'm a client and you're not going to talk to me, that's a very quick turnoff. But if I'm referring you to somebody, like referring somebody to you as a client, the moment I see this and that you don't even take the time to read my emails, I'm not referring them to you. I'm sorry. So the agents that I reach out to who call me, good on you. The agents I reach out to who email me back, awesome. The agents I reach out to who text me, great. Especially if they paid attention to what I was asking. Almost every time, if an agent just responds, so I'll email 4 or 5 different people in a market to try to talk through and see who's the best fit for my potential client, for their potential client. And 9 times out of 10, only 1 or 2 get back to me. And if it's 2, great, I'll talk to both of them. But if it's 1, 90 99% of the time, I'm just going to go with that agent based on the fact that they communicated with me. So look, as the market slows and whatever happens, you guys cannot forget that this is a people business first. You have to focus on people, and you have to be able to communicate. Because if you're not willing to communicate with a client very quickly, and you're not willing to answer all of their questions, no matter how ridiculous they seem, they are going to find an agent who will. And those hungry agents who communicate and answer all of their questions, they will be the ones who come out of whatever the next recession is with a booming business and very, very, very successful. And you, the people who don't, and who just kind of send blasted emails like this and don't actually ever talk to their potential clients, are going to be the people who don't make it out of this as a real estate agent or don't have a successful business. And look, if you don't want to be a successful realtor, you just want to do like onesies and twosies homes to your friends and families, that's great. I get it. But I mean, like, this wasn't a hard sell. All this was, hey, I'm interested in these 2 properties. Can you answer a question or 2? Just had to be an email, and you would have had very, very potentially business. I mean, I'm waiting right now to hear back on an offer I wrote last night for a different property because that agent got back to me and got me the information that I asked for. And that's the reality, guys. So don't forget throughout all of this that it is a people business, right? That's the bottom line here. Automation is wonderful. I'm a huge fan of efficiency. I'm a huge fan of automation. I'm a huge fan of making your life as simple as possible. But look, if you're going to blanket like this, hire an assistant who can at least answer some questions. Don't just blanket automation. Don't. You're going to ruin your business. The more that tech gets involved in real estate and becoming a real estate agent and all of that stuff, the more that being a person, like a real person that people can talk to and relate to, is going to stand out. And that's what's going to make you successful. Anyone and everyone can automate a process, but not anyone and not everyone can sell and communicate and talk to and relate to and empathize with potential clients, or understand what they're going through, or help them walk through, difficult decisions for negotiations. And you need to have all of those skills to be a successful real estate agent. And look, if I can spot this from a mile away, so can your clients. It's just not a good way to do business. Automate everything you can, but make sure you're at least reading what's coming in and responding to it genuinely. I wouldn't have minded all these automatic emails if I'd gotten a genuine response right off the bat, responded to my questions. Hey, by the way, are you interested in properties? I can set you up on automatic emails. Oh, no, I'm okay, right? Or yes, actually, I'm looking for this. Set me up on an automatic MLS strip. Perfect. I like that kind of stuff. But don't just blast me random homes that you have, like what you're trying to sell. Blast me what I'm looking for, or at least ask me. All right. Rant over. Point being that every aspect of real estate is a people business. You can't forget that, right? So definitely make sure that you build your business accordingly. Now, I hope you got something out of this, and I hope this was somewhat helpful. But if this, if you made it this far and you think that I'm, a moron, please comment down below. Let me know what I missed. Tell me how these emails are better than actually talking to your clients. I'm curious. I mean, if it genuinely works, great. I'll own it. Have a great day, guys. And don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button if you made it this far.